Gliwice is located in the Silesian Voivodeship in southern Poland. The wonderful climate, developed urban infrastructure, rich heritage of the past and local traditions make the city attractive in the eyes of tourists. Make sure that you are subscribed. Let's travel the world together. In total, about 200,000 inhabitants live in the city. There is a lot to see in Gliwice. Carefully preserved buildings and preserved antiques make the city unique. The urban atmosphere of Gliwice is amazing and unique. The city was first mentioned in 1276 as a Polish settlement. Developing gradually, the city acquired important characteristics as a defensive fortress. Poland of the 14th century was a very loose state formation and therefore often fell apart into independent lands. Gliwice with its surroundings often changed hands, and in the end came under the authority of the Czech crown. The local district was famous for its fishing, hop and bread production. Quiet times came when the city gradually grew. His importance as a political force also grew. Therefore, when in 1431 the movement of the Hasidics for the Reformation expanded, the city could not stay away from the conflict. New times brought with them the technologies and industries. Large-scale mining of coal began, and for the convenience of its delivery, they began to build the Gliwice Canal. Germany was particularly interested in coal, and the city developed rapidly. In 1796, an ironworks was completed, which was known throughout the continent. In the middle of the 19th century, a railway connection with Wrocław was opened. At the beginning of the 20th century brought trials. The townspeople decided which state they would like to belong to, Poland or the German Empire. In 1922, the region was divided between Germany and the Polish state. After the liberation, Gliwice became completely part of Poland. Today, Gliwice is a developed city with great scientific and economic potential. The city is considered the greenest city in Upper Silesia. Park areas and squares occupy approximately 18% of the urban area. But Gliwice is famous primarily for its historical buildings. Thanks for the rich historical tradition, Many styles have mixed in the city. The influence of the Czech architectural school, classical Prussian, and Polish proper is noticeable. The central place in the city is, of course, the market and the town hall. The Gothic town hall, built in 13th century, harmonizes pleasantly with later buildings. The building is decided in medieval style and fully meets the expectations of tourists and classic Polish town. Stone houses, arcades, fountains with statues and present in great abundance in a small area. Here you can enjoy not only the views, but also taste traditional Polish treats in nearby restaurants. The market often hosts exhibitions and local holidays with a national flavor. In the latest days of August 1939, Gliwice was a frontier town in the full sense of the word. Immediately outside the city gates was the border with Poland. Drawn 17 years earlier, the Giraldowice or Krunov, today gravitating towards Gliwice, already lay on the territory of Republic of Poland. Commissioning in 1935 of the objects of the transmitting station, Gliwice Center on the street. The station had a transmitter of increased power compared to the previous one and a vertical transmitting antenna placed in 111-meter wooden tower. Since then, the Gliwice radio station has become two sides. The Gliwice radio station was mainly used to rebroadcast the programs of the Wrocław radio station. Thanks to a transmitter in Gliwice, her transmissions were heard on both sides of the border separating Upper Silesia. However, the Gliwice radio station became world famous only on August 31, 1939. In fact, the start of the World War II, the soldiers of the secret services of Nazi Germany and the Gestapo attacked the radio station. They were disguised to look like Silesian rebels. Gliwice was then a German city, located at a distance of 10 kilometers from the border with Poland. The purpose of the attack was to show anxiety and fear among the population that they were threatened by the Poles. The text of the radio message has not been preserved, and no one heard it since the provocateurs used the wrong microphone. The provocation itself failed. but it played its propaganda role. The very next day in the Berlin Reichstag, Hitler, referring to the supposedly Poles attack on German radio stations, declared war on Poland. The historic antenna tower, which today is the tallest wooden structure in Europe, still, albeit it's a slightly different character, serves for communication, carrying dozens of different types of antennas, which in no way detracts from its tourist value. It is an oasis of greenery in the center of the city, the third largest facility of its kind in Poland. Built in the 19th century, the Palm Greenhouse currently contains more than 6,000 species of flora and fauna. Here you can see citrus plants, spices, pepper, cinnamon, cardamom, as well as exotic palm trees, and the cacti from Australia, Africa, North and South America. In 1935, a 12-meter high greenhouse with an area of 504 square meters was built, which became the main exhibition pavilion. The Cactus House has also been enlarged and aquariums added. An invaluable contribution to his development was made by director Riedel, a plant lover, a botanist, and at the same time a good organizer. The number of visitors grew along with the investment. In 1926, the Palm House was visited by around 8,000 people, and in 1936 already 30,000 people. The Palm House and the park surrounding it, together with the promenades in the city center, now Przyjaźnie Alley, and the landscape complex of Wilhelm Park, now Chrobry Park, were green lungs among mines, metallurgical plants, and industrial enterprises. The Palm House did not escape war damage. The tour of the Palm Greenhouse lasts approximately 1.5 hours. In 4 themed aquariums, you can see dozens of fish species. The largest aquarium contains fish from the Amazon basin. 60,000 liters. Visitors can see exotic arapaima, freshwater stingrays, herbivorous pacu, piranhas, or redfin catfish here. In the aquarium with fish from Polish rivers, you can see, among other things, eels, burbots, perches, and crucian carp. Another aquarium contains popular species of fish from the rivers of Southeast Asia, and the last one accurately reproduces the habitats of fish in the African lake Tanganyika. in existence since September 2014. PKP, abbreviation Pyszne, Kurcze, Pyszne, literally revolves around trains. 120 meters of tracks pass along the territory of the premises, along with models of the railway move, including the two narrow gauge locomotives, one large locomotive, and a tram, the famous Gliwice 4. The system of tracks and other devices installed in this place is impressive. Everything is electronically controlled. Trains see each other and let them pass along the tracks. Semaphores are lit when necessary and stations are rent out. One already advertises a flower shop, the other a tire shop. If anyone wants to advertise their businesses, there are still a few stations left. Soon the trains will also make their right sounds. And of course, the trains are delivering all cold beverages. The restaurant itself is decorated in a simple style reminiscent of a railroad, with lots of bricks and red accents. There are no tablecloths on the tables because the establishment does not pretend to be an elegant restaurant for special occasions, but a place where you can stop by every day for a bite to eat and drink. And of course, watch the trains go from bar to table, through bands, tunnels, in the walls.